Hello my friends, how are you? Today I'm coming to you with fresh blood test results of my son, and I would like to introduce them to you. I want to focus especially on his cholesterol result because there has been plenty of comments from carnivore community in my comment section scaring my audience with a sharp drop in cholesterol levels on a vegan diet. So in this video, I would like to contrast claims of one of my guests with whom I had a chance to discuss cholesterol with some scientific facts, just a few, and also with the reality in form of results of my son. I'm also going to make my own blood tests probably soon. I've been waiting for a proper moment because I didn't want to bother our health service, which is already overwhelmed with a very critical situation here in our country. My son went through the infection and therefore doctor sent him for blood tests. Therefore we have his fresh blood results. And I deliberately asked also to include a cholesterol test. I am recording this video mainly for people considering veganism or new to veganism, which hear those opinions. Even in those few debates I had, me too, I was threatened. What would happen when our cholesterol levels drop to zero? Probably you have already heard that people with very low cholesterol levels not only have mental problems, but also their mortality is higher. They are rather supposed to die soon, according to statistics. So let's face those arguments and deal with them. And also let's face the reality. I have focused on cholesterol, especially in one of debates, of my former debates with carnivores, and that was exactly my debate with Magdalena, the blonde girl, which was in Polish. So I had 3 debates with her, 2 in English. I actually recommend you the first one. In my last debate, I was already kind of impatient, and also some of you were complaining that you also had no patience to wait for some reasonable arguments from my side. You didn't want to listen, and you also suggested that I shouldn't invite unintelligent people to my channel anymore. So I took it seriously. So I think next time, if ever I have anyone from the opposite side, I will try to make sure that this person has some brains. But anyway, there was this conversation about cholesterol, so you may check. This was in my Polish debate with her. You see 2 debates in English and 1 in Polish. I thought originally that I will paste those moments here, but I think it's pointless, because if you don't understand Polish, you don't understand Polish. But if you have some doubts whether this is really true what I am saying, Polish people are everywhere. You will find plenty of them in UK, in USA, wherever you are, in Germany or wherever you are. So if you don't believe me, you can ask whoever Polish you will find whether this is true what I am saying, because we have this discussion about cholesterol. It starts about from approximately 20th minute. Yes, this is the person who is living everywhere on my channel, also on other channels, loads of comments. I think on all vegan and carnivore channels, scaring people with a sudden drop of cholesterol, which is supposed to result in brain shrinkage and very serious health issues. So I asked her, what is cholesterol? So her first answer was, it is. You will find it in approximately 20th minute of our Polish debate. So her first answer was, this is main building material of human body, that human body is made of cholesterol. This was her first answer. Okay, let's confront this with reality. Average adult human body contains approximately 140 grams of cholesterol. And I am more than 1 kilogram. So even if I was a kilogram, then I couldn't say that this is the main material building my body. So she thinks she's made by cholesterol. So this was her first answer. Then I asked, but from chemical point of view, what is it? Is it a protein? Is it fat? Is it a vitamin? What is it? After her answer, my jaw dropped, because coming for a debate about cholesterol, she didn't check it. So she said, her answer was, oh, I didn't think about it. I never had an idea to think about it, what it is. I couldn't believe my ears. And if you don't believe me, really, you can go there, you can check it and ask whoever Polish next to you whether this is true. She said that she has been studying nutrition for 6 years. She even introduced herself as a professional dietitian, or at least she declares professional knowledge. And she has never even had such an idea to check what a cholesterol is. This is very important for you to know what kind of people dare to open their mouths and spread rumors that can be dangerous for your life. And funny situation. Today, as I am editing the video, I discovered that my camera made a decision on my behalf and skipped the whole middle part of my last night's speech. It has not been recorded. At this moment, I was sharing with you some basic information about where we humans are deriving our cholesterol from, where it is produced, what are the reasons of high cholesterol levels or low cholesterol levels. So if carnivores are so worried about us that our cholesterol is going to drop down to zero, they may as well recommend us smoking, loneliness, alcoholism, because all those factors are rising cholesterol levels. And I think I'd rather overdose some good wine than torture myself with bacon, which I has never eaten even when I was a meat eater. And the main important information in context of alleged vegans' mental issues, that blood levels of cholesterol have no effect at all on the content of cholesterol in your brain because of blood-brain barrier. Because my camera has made a decision for me, or maybe it was a tool of the hands of some higher entity. I will follow this advice and not develop further those topics today. So today I will only introduce the blood results of my son, and will get back and develop some theoretical basic knowledge about cholesterol and its role in our bodies in a separate episode, probably after New Year, because I also was announcing another episode also related to our topic, and which I am really very passionate about, is vegans' mental health, but from emotional point of view. I'll be commenting on, for example, these kind of carnivores comments and very cruel, vile videos. This I will make faster. In a few days you may expect such a video. Let's get back to introducing my son's blood results. I don't share with you his personal details, so it's up to you whether you believe me or not that those are his results. Anyway, who is supposed to have better results than the youngest person in our family? Probably mine would be slightly better, as I think my diet comparing to his diet is slightly better, in the meaning that he's consuming a huge amount of calories. So aside from food I am providing him with, he's also buying lots of fast foods or preparing like simple and actually unhealthy meals by himself, like chips, various kind of dumplings, many things he's consuming, even many cookies, because he's just eating so much, and he requires such a huge amount of calories. Probably he's consuming a bit excessive amount of calories. So I can tell about his diet that it is partially healthy. So one nutritionally rich meal a day, which is dinner. Additionally, I often prepare smoothies with various greens, fruits, vegetables. I also bake high quality bread by myself, but unfortunately he likes it only the first day. So this is the problem, that he's eating only for taste. He's focusing on taste. So when the bread is fresh and especially warm, he loves it, and then he can eat a lot of it. But then the next day he doesn't like it and prefers even very unhealthy white but fresh buns. So I wouldn't describe his diet as really super healthy or optimal, not at all. I would say partially good. So therefore, he has actually pretty high level of LDL, higher than my own last results. And so let's see. There are two ways of measurement of cholesterol. In Poland, we have milligrams. Wikipedia presents upper limit for total cholesterol as 200. In Poland it is defined rather as 190, as you can see in the results, and his current result is 186.20. So he's very near to upper limit. This is of course not his first cholesterol result in his life, so I can compare to former results, and he has always been around upper limit and sometimes above it. So sometimes his results were slightly above 200 or usually around 200. So I can say it dropped really slightly after 1.5 years of full vegan diet. But if we additionally include like another half a year that we were already reducing meat, so I would say almost 2 years in total, I would say, with almost no cholesterol intake or zero cholesterol intake. So his cholesterol level dropped only slightly. You can see HDL, his level is 66.80, while minimum is 40, so he definitely meets the reference. Then we have non-HDL, which is preferably less than 100 for people with high risk of cardiovascular disease. So he has slightly too much, we would say. He has 119. But for healthy people, the upper limit is 145, so we can say that he perfectly meets norms for healthy people or people with a low risk of cardiovascular disease. Okay, you see, okay, triglycerides, he has 77.40. And upper limit is 150, so I think this is nice result. And LDL, the worst one, his result is 103.92, and again he meets the criteria for healthy people, but unfortunately his LDL level is too high if he was a person with a high risk of cardiovascular disease. So you can see his cholesterol level dropped only slightly on veganism, I think he might do better or much better if he cut on chips, especially those pommes frites, which he's baking in the oven in high temperature. So I am afraid it contains a lot of trans fat acids. I'm already asking him, for example, whether he's warming up, for example, dumplings or some other fast foods, rather to boil it in the water than fry it on the pan. But he likes, he's young, he's physically very healthy, so, it's very difficult to control a young guy with a huge appetite who is making sport, burning a lot of calories. So, and I don't want to make his life difficult with controlling him all the time. Okay, let's see his other results, blood results. Okay. You may stop the video if you want, if you are really interested in any specific parameters, you can check. But anyway, if any of those values were above or below norms, we would see on the right the letters H meaning high or L meaning low. And we don't see any H or any L, which means all his results are in healthy norms. Those were actually basic results. So we can see only he has no anemia, no major issues with his health, and especially none of the issues we are normally every day threatened by carnivores. Like I said, I didn't want to bother and overwhelm our health system with an additional tests, especially that I don't find such a need. We are healthy. Our health is definitely above average. Comparing to all my meeting friends, we are definitely healthier. So I don't want to be a burden to our health system, especially right now. And definitely soon I will take my own results and will introduce them to you. This is what I wanted to say and introduce for today. Like I said, next week I'm coming back with very interesting topics. So please stay tuned, stay with me. So I see you soon. Bye bye. Thank you.